Hello and welcome back to another episode of Elementalist. Last time, I was completing these new levels that got added that introduced two new mechanics. The multiplication orbs and the the doors that the order gates that basically require you that it doesn't require any specific element. You can use any element to open it. And these levels basically expand on them more, as well as adding some of the returning elements back, which is nice. Now, I am very late from the... It's been a long time since the previous episode. I did not mean for it to get super... I did not mean for it to have this long of a break. I just got really busy with things in my life, and with this last level being... I was struggling with this last level last time, and they did update the new level. With how much I was struggling with it, it just didn't help with everything else, so I finally have time to do it. And I still don't know what to do for this level. This level has been stumping me. I would like to try to get by this level without hints, but I'll have to see how. Because everything about this level is just... It's just difficult. That's all I'm just gonna say. I'm gonna probably give myself like 1 hour. If I don't end up solving it, I'll just probably end the episode there. If I do solve it, then I can do the other levels that they have, the lost levels. I want to be able to complete this game. Now, if you don't remember last time, why does this level suck? Well, it doesn't suck, but it's really difficult. So you have this fire element that you're forced to take, and you have to avoid using it the entire time, so you have to do some manipulation with the stack to try to avoid using it. And with the reverse orbs, the adding orbs, and especially the 4 multiplication orbs that will straight up kill you if your stack reaches above 15. Let's just say it was a pretty difficult... it gets real confusing. These blocks don't help either. You have to basically put them in corners where you waste them, otherwise you end up taking too much space. And then I don't know if I want to keep the air or not. I was thinking, alright, well, I use the air and then I try to solve this gate, but maybe I'm too focused on trying to get the gate solved. I don't want to use this, because I still need to activate this gate to be able to win. I need to grab all 3 of these with this starting. So I start with this, then I would grab that, and then I would grab that. As long as I'm in this area, I cannot use a fire. Near the end, I can probably go for it. Using a fire would probably deactivate this, and that's probably what this is for, to make sure you can't fire cheese through that and win. I don't particularly... I am thinking about this now, and I don't really need water to get up here. I can use 2 blocks instead, which I probably will end up ending that off with, maybe. I'm probably just overthinking about this way too much. But... maybe I want to do this. Flip that. Probably get rid of that. And then do this, maybe. And then activate that. Then I would probably flip this. Wait, hold on. Maybe not yet. Maybe I want to flip this. Copy that. No, it's too much. You flip this. Well, I need to have some elements. I can't just not have any other elements. I think I did try this strategy before, and... oh, that still kills me. Okay, so that just shows that I can't... I do need to... unfortunately, I do need to use... I do need to use the Void Orb to get rid of one of these, because having all of those is just, it's not going to be possible. Now, I'm going to probably flip this so I can get rid of that. I'm going to probably grab that. Well, maybe not grab that yet. I think I just do this. Activate that. Flip it. Actually, might not flip that. Get rid of that. Now here's the problem that I keep finding myself in. I need to find a way to get out of here. And I think the only way I can really do that is use jump. Now this could easily just be me overthinking this, and it easily can be. Other than wind taking up, like, a bunch of space, I don't think... it's, like, terrible. I'm trying to figure out, like, what's the point of this? Was that, like, a hint? Or maybe I'm just overthinking this. Okay, that's the problem with adding wind. It just makes everything so much more complicated. I think the last time I tried to... oh wait, I didn't record that. I did record a video earlier where I tried to solve this again. But it didn't end up going so well because I was just trying every possible combination and ended up being really boring. My goal is to try to free the wind. Wait, actually... I was just thinking the other strategy I had might have actually worked before. Where I do that. Thing is, I would just probably do 2 of these. No, that's gonna kill. Yeah. Even if I did this twice. That doesn't work either. The problem is the X orbs end up adding more fires, so I end up dealing with like 7 different fires near the end. Actually, it'd be 8, but still, that's a lot. Where half of the stack's just fire. And since there's only 1 void orb. Four is just impossible. I want to try to eliminate the fires. Okay. Maybe I should work backwards. So if I had only blocks and fire, ignoring these other two elements, what would I need to have? So I would need to activate something, a block. So put a block here. And then I would have a fire remove, so it'd be block fire. I think it would just be alternating on blocks and fires. Would that work? 2, 4... 8, 2, 4, 8, 16. But maybe when I do it, it's probably... Okay, I'm gonna try this strategy one more time. Seeing if I can... I'll try to do it. Well, I guess that wasn't really the problem. I think the problem was the... Well, I need one of the fires to be removed. Because the fire was basically sandwiching the other water that I need. If I did something like clone that. Nah, I would just go straight up, ignoring this one, but this one I have to take. That's the problem. I don't know why this level's stumping me and not the finale level. Maybe the other one was just much easier for me to wrap my brain around. Because I don't have to try to avoid getting an element and then having to deal with 3 X orbs back to back. Of course, I might be doing that wrong. I mean, I can't use fire at all. There's no way to bypass these doors at all. And I can't just get rid of fire. So I cannot deal with the copying stuff. Because I end up dealing with 2 fires when I grab this copy orb. Is there a reason for me to have 2 wins instead of 1? I don't think so. And then probably do this. And then copy. No. I don't think this was needed. I would just... I mean, I might just... I don't know what it really needs. I think that's the thing. Okay, do that. No, that's not gonna work. Okay, the thing that makes me get stuck is this area over here. And I think if there's a way for me to bypass that, I think it can be much easier for me to deal with. Although I think I can't really... I want to have jumps instead, I think. I want to have water and fire, not earth and fire. But I need to figure out how to pull that off. How can I end it off with it just being fire and water? That's the question. Now, the problem with the blocks is that I can't just... The blocks just get in the way. And that's definitely intentional because there's no real use for the blocks that jump can't do. So I just need to try to figure out how to get water and fire isolated. And I think that's the answer. But that's easier said than done. I have to find a way to get the blocks out of the way. While still activating this gate because there's no other way otherwise. Yeah, it's a problem with these blocks. I mean, I can try to do that. That's not gonna end well. And also, it just doesn't work. Yeah. Yeah, that's not working. I can try this strategy instead. Where I can... Is that possible? Yeah, I think I'm in the same problem. Alright, I still have the same problem though. So wind needs to be in play. So I think copying the wind might be the best bet. Flip that, grab that. If I only had one more X. Wait, does this work? I don't think that was intended. There's no way that was not a cheese. Seems like the sprite for the secret has failed to load. Did you know that there's a good amount of off-screen secrets like this in the game? I was so close. I thought I actually had it. Okay, I think I know what to do now. I don't know if it's intended. I'll check the hints to see if it was. But it's a plan, and I just want to be done with this level, honestly. Oh, right, forgot to do this first, and then... Well, I did it. Okay, let's check the hints, because I have no clue if that was actually intended. Let's see. Use all 4 minus orbs on fire, yep. Use earth 3 times in a row, don't use earth besides that. That was the... okay. That was it. Damn. So I did end up solving it the legit way. I do want to avoid cheeses, but I was not expecting that. That didn't feel like one of those... I feel like that should have been like a red level. I mean, I guess the red levels are more versions of other levels, like harder versions of other levels. But usually those abuse the mechanics. I didn't expect a normal level to do that, which is why I was so stuck on that. Alright, I can finally open that door. I feel relieved that I finally solved that. Alright. Now, last time we did mention that these are all the lost levels. So let's start with LA. In and out. This originally was the second tutorial level for air. What was its purpose? I'm not sure, to be honest. That's why I removed it. Fair enough. Oh. Are you here just to see what's on the sign? Yeah, probably. I just do that. I mean, cool movement combo, but yeah. I'm assuming all these are going to be pretty easy. Powers combined. Okay, I said I wouldn't include existing levels. This is an exception. I wanted to put this level here as a retrospective of how the premise of the game changed over time. Look how difficult this was to execute at the very start of the game. This game started as more of a precision platformer than a puzzle game. Later on, I realized I have decided if this was a puzzle or precision game. I started changing levels to make them work easier. I removed many places where you have to execute multiple abilities in a row while airborne. Later on, the undo system was created. The platforming turned into means of enforcing certain abilities on your stack rather than a meaningful challenge. There are many more examples of levels that were made much easier to execute. There was also some that weren't. Reckless Fall, for example. I mean, fair enough. Okay, so I would have to grab... No, sorry. I would grab... like that. I mean, I don't mind platforming challenges. I like platformers as well. Useless Orb. I know this one got changed. This level technically is the earliest version of the copy. That level changed a crazy number of times. It changed so much that I would consider this to be a completely different level in comparison. Teaching people how the copy orb works is surprisingly difficult. I'm still not satisfied with the final version. That's fair. Because you collect that and you assume, oh, what did that do? Wait, what's the purpose of the wind, though? There was no purpose. It was just a red herring, I guess. Chocolate vanilla. This is World 2. Oh. This was the level I was supposed to teach the trick with the earth that the concept was baffling teaches. You know, the earth above the orb to collect it while exhausting earth. It turned out to be very weird and awkward, so I removed it. I also wanted a more involved level to reveal this trick. Fair enough. Wait. Okay, why can't I just do this before? Huh. The concept is indeed baffling. Because I'm trying to think about... Yeah, it does seem pretty weird and awkward. What am I meant to do here? Oh. Oh, I see. No, I don't see. What? How am I supposed to get back? What? Okay, so I grabbed this. I'd probably have to use an earth on the way back. I think I think that's what that extra earth was for. I just ended up not using it. I don't think I need to do this trick multiple times. It was just... I think that's what I was confused about, because I do this, and then I have to do that. And then just... yeah. Okay. E. Brown burden old. Yet another level that already exists in the game, kind of. This was the last remake in Lost Levels, except for a bonus version of this. I basically needed some early levels in World 2 to make the difficulty curve a bit better. I thought this level was convoluted for no reason. So I decided to remake it and focus on the actual unique part of the level and make it easier for difficulty curve sakes. I don't remember if this was in the demo. I mean, the older version of the demo. Okay, I don't think I was paying attention to the level. Oh, maybe that's why. I don't... Well, I still needed a water orb. I think I grabbed this, have 2 of these, I do that. Then do that. Use a water, slide past here. Deal with the ground burden. And then do the double cross over here. And then... Yep. Burden for eternity. Old. Alright, here's the bonus version of the old brown bird, and the twist is the same as in the current version. Just as in the current version, the bonus solution also works for the standard version of the level. By the way, using bonus solutions for standard versions used to be a pretty common thing. It's rarely a possibility nowadays. I don't remember if it was possible for every level. I think it wasn't, but I wasn't trying. I wasn't going out of my way to try to see if I can cheese every level with the same alternate solution that the red version, the S version, had. That being said, what did change in this version? Did they add the brown orb on the over here? No, that was always there. Oh, I think it was just the number. Yeah, it might have been the number. Because I think everything is the same in this version. I'm trying to think if the red herring trick is meant to be... Okay, yeah. I just don't try to do the other thing. Alright, multitasking, level L-F. This reminds me of another level. This used to be the level that's supposed to teach the player that they can use fire and stuff to do... They can use fire and do stuff while the clone is flying. This level seemed to be very straightforward for everyone. My playtesters were being automatically without even thinking what they were doing, or at least it seemed like it. I know introductory levels shouldn't be difficult, but something seemed off about this one. I mean, fair enough. I think I would do this, and then... Yeah, I could see what you mean. Ash Roots. LG. Finally, a level that doesn't have any counterpart in the final version of the game. This one was removed because it felt very awkward to execute, or at least to execute a unique part of it. This level is pretty good as a concept in my head, but not in practice. Huh. Well, going back is going to be difficult. Oh, maybe it's because you need a race near the end. I don't know what this part of it is for. Unless it's that one trick where you have to use fire and then you use the earth to basically... That might be it. Because I remember trying that trick out and... It didn't get used in any of the levels, but it was a possible thing, but I could see why it was very awkward to try to execute. Or maybe I'm thinking of something else. No, I don't think so. I'd probably use fire first. And then maybe this. I think it was probably this, then this, and then this, maybe. Man, that did not execute well. I think I just grabbed the water. I don't think I need to get fancy with this. Or maybe I do like that. Oh, I used the fire first. That's what it was. Okay, kind of curious what that's all about. New obstacle. Okay, this level is just kind of weird. Oh, you have nothing to say. It's just kind of weird. For the reverse orbs and the gates, we're gonna be like a combination of things, I guess. Okay, well, I guess we'll... see what kind of weird meant. Oh, right, I'm not using earth, I'm using, water. Alright, abandon. L-I. This is the most recent level that was removed from the game. There's nothing wrong with it. It just seemed too easy for the final stage of the game. I also felt the eastern side of World 7 had a bit too many levels. Did you know that the minus orb was originally red? I didn't know that, and levels with it were located in a Apatorium. I didn't remember where the minus orbs were going to be added, but it was kind of odd that they were added so late, or they're introduced so late in the game. Okay, wait, I'm trying to see. I think that's what I was supposed to do. Yeah, that is kind of awkward though. Excalibur bonus version unnamed. Oh, let's see what this one is. This is the only level that retained its original level ID access in the last level section. It's a bonus version of a level that exists in the game normally, level 7X Excalibur. I didn't have a chance to name this level or create hints of it because I kind of discarded it immediately after making it. As a funny concept that I found while looking for cheese in the original level. But no, I know some bonus levels are really stupid and this level is also kind of boring. I could be wrong though. It wasn't playtested by anyone except me before I put it here. Feel free to complete it and form your own opinion. I don't know. I don't remember the original solution for this. So I'd have to remember how that ended up being. Did one wind work across here? I can't do double wind. Well, I can do wind and then fire near the end. And then, obviously, going... Alright, I can't put any blocks. That would block... Putting any of the blocks here would just block my way. Like, if I put 2 blocks here, for example, that would block the way. Putting 2 blocks here won't allow me to get a... Well, I could probably get over it with water. Huh. Alright, that was really dumb. Right, I can't use water after fire. What did I do? I'm just curious, like... Like, what was the original version of this level? I don't even remember. I'd have to check that out. Down required water. That's also not the one I'm thinking of, probably. Oh, there never was a bonus version. Unless it's this one. No, it's not that one because... I guess there never was a bonus version of this level. Okay, so they raised the air orb. That's what it was. They removed the double water condition, so... I don't remember spikes being there. Maybe that's the solution. They don't give you fire on the way back either. I did not mean to go that way, but might as well. I know that one, though. Thanks for playing the demo one. There was spikes on the top. I thought I could probably use 2 waters to deal with that, but no. Oh, there's still hints for these. Wait. There's still hints for these? I thought there were no hints when they were talking about the lost levels. Most of them are old, so they don't have hints. So, like, if I had, like, this one... Oh, that one still has a hint. Oh, no, it just says hint unavailable, sorry. Fair enough. I feel like this one would have a hint. Actually, I don't want to test that because I don't... If there actually is a hint for this one, then I would... I might just skip this one because specifically because it's a hard level. Okay, it's been an hour. But I did end up solving the puzzle I was stuck on, so I feel like... Yeah, I should probably... I can try to keep going until I complete every level. I feel like most of these are not too hard, and I'm almost done anyways. Yeah, there's literally 3 levels left. I can easily just finish all 3. I know this one's gonna be really simple because I know what this level is. This one's interesting. I'm curious about this one. I don't know if this is a lost level or this is just a level that allows you to get to this area over here. Okay, I just want to reread this. So there is no hints for this level, I'm assuming. That means there's a really dumb cheese that I have to figure out. I don't like the sound of that. I'm assuming I have to use water here and then use water to grab this, use the air to get across, and I would still have the fire somewhere. I wonder if it's just doing this because I can still do enter here. So I just copy that. Yeah, that was kind of boring, you're right. Thanks for playing the demo. Yep. I don't think I have to explain why this level's not in the full game. You could consider this to not be lost since it still exists in the demo. Did you know they can read the original sign without holding a sun fragment? It will say something funny. Oh, actually, let's see if I can... Okay, let's see if I can... Chess battle advanced. Oh my god. Indeed. Alright, let's see this. Reactor core. The coolest and most interesting lost level in my humble opinion. The Void Hub was originally supposed to have some meta puzzling action, but I wasn't a fan of where it was going. Obviously, completing this level on its own is free. Want a challenge? If you exit this level, you can find 2 shells on the east. If you can get to both of them, you can consider yourself as a winner. I win. No, okay, I'm not gonna do that. Okay, so there is a reversed orb. I would need 2 winds and a water. Not a fire, I was gonna say a fire. No way, I don't need... No, I would need a... I need a fire, a water, a wind, and a fire. So it would be fire, wind, water, fire, I guess. How's that gonna work? That's not gonna work. Do I need to get both of them at the same time to be considered a winner, or do I just need to get one of them? I might be overthinking about that one. I'll just try to get to one of them, and if I can get to the other one, then... I see. I did salvage ability, but that's not useful. That doesn't help either. There we go. I can now get to this one. Some history books are stored on the shelf. You found a mention of a custom map made in 2021 for a game called Celeste. The map has been called Nipe, which is pink written backwards with the addition of E at the end. The map's abstract visuals were recreated and repurposed by its authors a few years later. That's how Amor Nipe came to be. Oh yeah, so I do remember how the 4th and 5th areas of the game were based off of Celeste maps that the creator of this game made. I heard they're really difficult. I have been playing, I've been doing a Celeste playthrough recently. I kind of been on hiatus on my main channel for a while now, and I don't know if I'm gonna do custom Celeste mods, but I've been doing the B-sides and I kind of stopped midway. Mostly because I was just busy. So I got to 1. I don't know if I have to get to both. I don't think it's even possible, but I would need a water and a fire, and that's probably good enough. How am I gonna do that? I'm assuming the order would be fire, water, so I would probably... Oh. Yeah, no. Some history books are stored on the shelf. You found a mention of an old deleted tutorial level now been present amongst the lost levels called the Ager. It was actually called the Air, but in the old font version, the I looked like a flipped J. Amazing. I think with that, unless there's a way to get past that orb over here, but I don't think that's actually going to be possible. That is every level completed, including the lost levels, which I don't think are counted. The sign counts them. Yeah, it doesn't. Finally true 100%, unless the creator decides to make more levels. And in that case, I'll be back to play them. But in the meantime, I am fully done with this. Thank you so much for watching. I'll just do the ending again to see if anything's different. Is that... You lose 5 sun fragments near the end. Now I wonder if... Okay, so I wonder if there's a different ending if you don't talk to Mary. Because apparently if you don't talk to Mary enough times, there's been a recent update. I don't know specifically what that recent update is all about, but that's the game fully completed. That is Elementalist. See you guys next time. I'll probably move on to another puzzle game, finally. As I finally bring this to a close, I am sorry again for leaving this finale, like, putting it off for so long. I am sorry for that. See you guys next time. Bye.